Yo, what's up, YouTube? It's your boy Infamous, and it's about to be a raw review of what I'm about to say tonight's last night's show, which was pretty shitty actually, but a lot of things happened, so we're gonna go over it. Fucking first things first. Roman Reigns comes out because he has this whole big ass announcement about SummerSlam, and he basically comes out and says, "I'm the number one contender for the Universal title." What the fuck? How? When? Did you win the fucking Fatal 5-Way to fight Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam? I mean, fucking SummerSlam. Great Balls of Fire, bruh? Like, what is this? When did this shit happen? That I know there's another Joe who fucking won the Fatal 5-Way who's Samoan also. Now, he won that shit, so he's the rightful number one contender. But anyway, Samoa Joe comes right out and he's like, "Oh, you must have forgot my name. I'm fucking Samoa Joe. And you've never beat me." And fucking Roman's like, "No, your name's just Joe." And then Joe headbutts him the same way he did Lesnar. And then they start brawling on the outside. Fucking Joe, beats the shit out of him. He tries to put the coquina clutch on him. Roman fights out. Superman punch to the face. And then Joe bails. And I guess that's gonna that leads up to a fucking match, later on in the night. And by the way, Roman has a fucking Superman punching shirt, which that shit looks trash. And the second match, well, the first match of the night actually, because that was brawl, the Hardys versus, the Club and Gallows. And the Hardys lost the tag team titles. They're trying to get back in it. And fucking basically the Hardys win. And Gallows and Anderson are like pissed off. They had a little YouTube interview and shit. And they were like, "Oh, we deserve better than this shit." So I don't know what entitles it for them. What that entitles for them actually. So yeah, and then we get another Goldust promo, which I don't know. I don't really care about this shit. Like, even though Goldust's a legend. Like, if you're gonna do this whole last run shit, where's this man's wig? But other than that, R-Truth didn't interrupt him. There's another segment. Elias Sampson comes out. He's about to do one of those concert shits where he plays the guitar. Finn Balor interrupts him, and then they have a little stare down. And then there's a match between Finn Balor and fucking Bo Dallas. Remember him? He was the second longest reigning NXT champion next to Neville. Yeah, that fucker who's been a jobber for since he came to the main roster. But anyway, yeah. He has a match with Finn Balor. He loses. He looks really different though. Like, he finally has facial hair and shit. He's no longer like one of those baby face bitches. And he's like his hair's always been long. But yeah, he has like a shit ton of facial hair now. Put this man, well, if they still had the Wyatt family, put him in there. But he lost to Finn, coup de grace. And yeah, that was it. And then they announced that Seth Rollins is the cover athlete for WWE 2K18, which I already I uploaded a video about that. Cody Graves and Kurt Angle talk a little bit. And then Enzo and Cass comes in the fucking office and we want to know who the fuck has been attacking us from behind. So Angle's like, "I got this." And then they're all going to come out to the ring later. And after that, here comes Seth freaking Rollins to talk about being the cover athlete of the game. And he was like, people have always been great that were on cover athletes, like Michael Jordan. And basically says a bunch of random ass shit. The crowd cheers him. Bray Wyatt cuts in. And then the stereotypical Oh, Eater of Worlds bullshit Bray Wyatt promo. Like, bruh, shut the fuck up. You're trash. You're the eater of pins and the eater of fucking JoJo's ass. Well, you know, that whole fucking affair bullshit. And then Bray Wyatt comes out and they get into a little scrap and Seth Rollins like just does a fucking dive right out on Bray Wyatt just as he cuts his lantern off, and then he walks out, and Seth, like, I guess he got scratched or some shit because he was like had this little cut off his cheek. After that we had Finn Balor doing an interview, and the reporter's like, what's next for Finn Balor? And he gets jumped by the Drifter, Elias Sampson, so that's gonna be a feud, I guess. But I thought Elias Sampson was kind of feuding with Dean Ambrose. That's whatever. The fucking WWE has no idea what the fuck they're doing with anybody on fucking Raw. Fucking first, it's supposed to be Bray Wyatt feuding with Finn, then Bray feuds with goddamn Seth Rollins, and then Roman, but whatever. We get Cruiserweight division action, which nobody gives any fucks about. Tozawa versus TJP. Now, if this was a Cruiserweight Classic, then we would be all over this shit. But yeah, it's the shitty Cruiserweight fucking show bullshit. Fucking. Then Neville comes out and he's just, standing on top of the stage, like watching shit. And Titus O'Neil is out here because he wants to recruit, Akira Tozawa as his next, client in the Titus brand along fucking Apollo Crews, which that shit is ass. I don't know what the fuck they're doing with that. Nobody cares about Apollo Crews or Titus O'Neil. People kind of like Tozawa. He's like one of the big they're trying to turn him into like one of the big baby faces on the Cruiserweight shit. And I guess he's about to go after the Cruiserweight Championship now. He beat TJ Perkins with that huge senton he does off the top rope. That's gonna kill this man's back eventually. And Titus comes in, he's like, what the fuck? And Neville gets up on the announcement table, and I guess it's gonna be Tozawa versus fucking Neville for the Cruiserweight Championship. Titus O'Neil said some bullshit, nobody cared. R-Truth cuts another promo about Goldust, and he basically says you're gonna get got. The Miz interrupts a talk between Curtis Axel and Bo Dallas, and he basically offers he makes an offer to Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel, which that will entail some shit later. Fucking the one reporter, I forgot her name, interviews Samoa Joe, and she's like, oh, how you gonna prepare for Roman? He's like, you should be asking Roman how he's gonna prepare for me. And there's the match between Roman and Samoa Joe. Fucking no real reason, just Roman randomly come out here and say I'm the no more contender, which you're clearly not. The match was pretty back and forth actually. Joe did his regular shit. Roman, Superman punches, spears, all that bullshit. At the end of this shit, Braun Strowman fucking shows up in an elevator. A fucking ambulance. He gets out and he yells, Braun, and Roman's like, what the fuck? And then Joe sneaks up from behind him, Coquina clutch, puts Roman to sleep. And then Braun comes out and he's like, did you forget I'm not finished with you? So he does that like reverse choke slam on him, lays him out. And then he says he wants a match with them at fucking Great Balls of Fire, an ambulance match. And so yeah, that's gonna be a great ass match. There's sort of a the women's match, like a tag team match, I guess. Yeah, fucking tag team match with Alexa Bliss and Nia Jax and fucking what's her face? Well, it's not even a fucking match. Actually, the shit breaks down into a brawl. Uh, Emma is supposed to be mad at Alexa Bliss because fucking Alexa Bliss did some shit to her last week on Raw. I forgot. I don't even remember what the fuck happened. But Alexa Bliss, Nia Jax is standing in front of her. Well, yeah, she hides behind Nia Jax. Actually, she gets hit. And then Sasha Banks was in the middle of it. They start beating the fuck out of her because, like, I'm mad at you, fucking Alexa. But, since we're both heels, let's beat the shit out of Sasha Banks. And then here comes Mickey James and fucking, what's her goddamn name? Dana Brooke, aka Botch Brooke. Or Dana Botch. There's the whole brawl. Nia Jax basically beats the shit out of all the faces. Bailey comes out and she beats the crap out of everyone. Eliminates Emma with a kick right to the face. Everybody else is out and all the faces are trying to jump Nia, get her out of the ring, and then they actually do it. So I don't know what the fuck they're about to do with this whole shit. Kurt Angle's like, I found out who fucking attacked you, and it was basically Cass, and Cass owns up to it. He's like, yeah, I did. Fucking Enzo is like, are you serious, bro? And then Enzo has a small fucking tear in his eye and shit, and basically Cass runs him down, and he was like, yeah, I did it, blah blah blah. Fucking you were holding me back. The typical fucking heel promo that people cut when they turn on their goddamn tag team partner. You were holding me back. You're the reason I've never been a champion. I was tired of carrying you. You were dead weight. All that bullshit that people say when they fucking turn on their goddamn tag team partner. A lot of people say it was a pretty good promo, I guess. It was okay. He still sounded robotic as fuck, like he always does. And when I was looking at this shit, there was no emotion on this man's face. Like, he wasn't, turning red, or he didn't look like he was just beat the shit out of fucking, Enzo. He was just looked calm as he was saying all that shit. And this man needs some facial hair. If you're gonna be a heel, bruh, and you're gonna be a serious heel, you need some fucking facial hair. This man's baby faced as fuck. Grow a beard or some shit. Get a 5 o'clock shadow. Something. Take Enzo's fucking beard and put it on Big Cass. There you go. Take your shit, put it on Big Cass. Fucking, and then at the end of it, oh yeah, but I'm skipping some shit. Cass basically said he was the mastermind behind this whole thing. He never got taken out, and he called Enzo an idiot because people started putting the blame on him. He hurried up and flipped it off of him because when he supposedly got laid out, there was this chain, and he was like, Enzo, you're an even bigger idiot because when you had the chance to figure it out, you didn't. When I was supposedly attacked some weeks back, and there was a chain laying on the ground, and basically, yeah. And he was like, you could have figured out that it was me, but you didn't, so you're an even bigger idiot than I thought. Well, he told him he basically looked stupid. But yeah, Cash turns on Enzo. He big boots the shit out of him. Enzo sells it like a champ. And then he walks out of the ring, throws his soft shirt on the ground. And that is the end of Enzo and Cass. But feel like I'm skipping some shit. Oh, fucking, there was the tag team match between, not tag team match. Some shit happened with fucking Dean Ambrose and Miz, And it was a Miz TV segment. He had his wife Maurice out there, and basically he was trying to fucking apologize for like all the shit he caused, because he's like going crazy because he thinks Dean Ambrose is around every corner. He tries to apologize. She's like not really having it. Then Ambrose comes out, fucking basically, I forgot how this shit happened, but Maurice got water or champagne or whatever the fuck thrown in her face. She got mad at the Miz. He was like, oh, come on, come on. Oh, by the way, there were two random ass bears in the ring from, when Miz had that one bear in the ring, a couple of weeks ago. So, but there were two of them this time. And then, Ambrose tries to hit Dirty Deeds on fucking Miz, and then Miz bails, and Dean's like, come on. And then the Bears are like standing behind Dean Ambrose. They attack him, beat the shit out of him. Miz gets into the ring, gets into the action, and the Bears take off their, heads, and it's Michael McGillicuddy, aka Curtis Axel, and fucking Bo Dallas. And the offer Miz was talking to him about, would you rather sit back here and be like nothing, or join up with me and take out Dean Ambrose? And they took him up on his offer, and so all three of them jumped Ambrose. Miz hit fucking Miz hit Ambrose with the fucking skull crushing finale, and all three of them stood tall over Ambrose's broken body. I don't know if this is like a new stable the Miz has with him now, which if that would elevate Bo and fucking Curtis Axel, then I'm all for it. Even though it's like late as fuck, because these two basically mean shit now. Curtis Axel could have been something, but they did nothing with him. He could have been a face or a heel. It don't really matter. The man is the son of Mr. Perfect. It's not that fucking hard. The guy has the talent. They just did nothing with him. Bo Dallas, same thing. He's a fucking, what, third? Yeah, him and Bray are third generation fucking wrestler. The guy has it all. He could have been something good, but they did nothing with him. He was the second longest reigning NXT champion, second longest NXT champion in history. The first is Neville. They've done nothing with this man. He had that little Bo Leave bullshit gimmick, which to me sucked dick, and they never went anywhere with that. Then there was the social outcast trash. Nobody got over from that. Like, that shit was just garbage. And Bo Dallas has done nothing ever since. Oh, but I remember some shit. He showed up to an airport drunk as fuck. Like, I think it was like 6 months back, and he was drunk as shit, slurring. I think he was cussing out like fucking security guards left and right, and I think I guess they reprimanded him for that. I don't really remember. Like, they can't reprimand him too much. He's a fucking jobber. It's not like he was getting a push or something and he gets de-pushed. But they probably reprimanded him, and I don't blame the man. He went from being a star in NXT to being a piece of shit on Raw for like the past 3-4 years, however long he's been up there, and the shit was just trash. But the Enzo and Cass thing ended the show, and people went home like, oh, what the fuck, Enzo and Cass are broken up. So that ended the show. Not a match ended the show. That shit ended the show. But overall, the show was still pretty shitty, even though there was like a couple of things that happened. Like a couple of like key things that fucking happened. Strowman came back. So that kicks off the feud, but continues the feud between them. Bray Wyatt and Seth kinda had some shit it didn't really go anywhere, but it's gonna be a good match. And then the end zone casting. So overall, I'd give this Raw. I would give it like a 5. Yeah, 5 out of 10. And that has been my Raw review. And I'm out. Peace.